Because of the economic slowdown due to COVID-19 and businesses being shut down, are we headed towards another housing crisis? Well, today I'm going to show you 4 reasons why that's not the case. What's going on, everybody? It's Blaine Cruse. I am your real estate expert advisor and realtor extraordinaire. So today I'm going to make a lot of references to the last housing crash we had, which was in 2008. For those of you who don't know me, I got into real estate right at 2007, just in time for that dip to happen and for all that to come crashing down. So had a lot of experience, been through both. So let's go ahead and get started. For those that remember the 2008 crash, it's a legitimate question to ask if we are headed towards another housing crisis. What you got to keep in mind before I go over those 4 reasons is that the 2008 crash was due to economic recession as opposed to now, which is based off of a pause in the economy due to a health crisis. But again, let's go ahead and let's get started on those 4 reasons. First, let's talk about home appreciation. In the 6 years leading up to the 2008 crash, we were averaging 9% every year in an increase in home values, with the peak being in 2004 at 12.5%. Currently, we are averaging 5.1%, with our peak having been in 2017 at 6.4%. Yes, prices are still increasing, but they're not doing so at that breakneck pace that they were back leading up to 2008. The second factor is mortgage approvals. Leading up to 2008, it was relatively easy to get approved for a mortgage. Well, after the crash in 2008, they tightened the standards that they used to give those approvals, and it has pretty much stayed that way since. The Mortgage Bankers Association uses what they call the Mortgage Credit Availability Index, and that's a mouthful to try to say on camera, trust me, but they use the MCAI to gauge the ease at which it is to get mortgage approvals. And they use a system to give this index a number value. And the higher that number value is, the easier it is considered to get that mortgage approval. At the height of the housing bubble in 2006, the value that this number had was 868. Now, in mid-2008, it came crashing down to the lower 100s, where it has remained between the 100s and the low 200s ever since. Just to put it in perspective for you, in April of this year, 2020, it ended the month with just over 133 being that number. Third reason is home availability. So the inventory of available homes for the number of qualified buyers is significantly lower now than it was in 2008. Currently, the national average is a 3.5 month supply of homes. Here in the greater Houston market, it is almost essentially the same. Currently, I think with the last numbers, it was at 3.6 months supply. Just to put that in perspective for you, a 6-month supply is considered a balanced market. Now let's talk about reason number 4, home equity. Leading up to 2008, we saw a large number of homeowners do cash out refinances to the tune of $824 billion. They took all that money and they used it to support their lifestyle. Now compare that to 2017 through 2019, they did it to the tune of $232 billion, which it comes up to a difference of just over $590 billion. Today, 63% of homeowners have more than 50% equity in their home. If you look at those numbers, 37% of those people own their homes free and clear without any mortgage debt whatsoever. And then you look at 26.7% and they have at least 50% equity in their home. So these people are a lot less likely to just walk away from their homes as opposed to the people who didn't have any equity whatsoever in 2008. They had nothing to lose whatsoever. These people these days, they do. They learned their lesson from that crash in 2008, and they made sure that they were not cashing out and doing all those refinances to use that money to support their lifestyle, making a lot better decisions. So as you can see, the 2008 housing crash that we experienced was because of that recession and a lot of poor choices that homeowners had made. As compared to these days, it's a health crisis. It's been an economic slowdown due to the pause in the economy. Totally two different situations. Even looking at the numbers as things have opened back up, things are ramping up and looking to be very, very, very busy the rest of the year. Anyways, if you have any questions, you need anything else, feel free to reach out to me. I'm going to put a link to my digital business card down below. You'll find all the different ways that you can reach out and connect with me, social media, phone number, email, and all that information. Anyways, take care, and remember, with Blaine Cruse, extraordinary comes standard.